It doesn't have to be all blood and sweat and tears just to like make it to the top.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Kane.
And I'm Danny Arovich.
Together, we're your hosts for Making It to Milan.
Let's jump in.
I'm so excited to be chatting today with Hannah Lim. She is an ice dancer and two-time South Korean national champion. Hannah and her partner are World Junior silver medalists and have qualified to compete at the 2026 Olympics in Milan. Hannah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited and happy to be here and grateful for this opportunity.
Yay! I'm so excited to share your story and have people follow you on your way to making it to Milan. We're going to start with some rapid fire questions. So what is one word that comes to mind when I say Milan?
Olympics? I guess before Milan was fashion and like food, but now I just think of Olympics.
Who is your favorite women athlete to watch in Milan?
Alyssa Liu. I really admire her skating and her whole comeback story. Either her or Madison Chalk, the way she skates and the way she carries herself, always I look up to that.
Two amazing women. I'm excited to watch them as well. Who do you most want cheering you on at a major competition?
My mom and my dad, for sure, both of my parents. My mom will for sure be there in person to watch. So I'm really excited about that. But I think a big one is my dad because he rarely watches me skate in person ever just because he gets so nervous and stressed. And I'm kind of the same where if I'm watching someone I really care about, I kind of close my eyes. If he's there to cheer me on, I'd be really happy about that.
What is the first thing you want to eat or drink after a major competition?
Something sweet for sure, always. So maybe gelato or tiramisu.
Perfect for Milan.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
What is one word to describe your training routine?
Disciplined. We kind of keep the same routine every time and we never really take out anything, or sometimes we add, but usually it's relatively the same.
What's the hardest part about being an athlete that maybe nobody sees?
I think it's the days where it's like kind of hard to go to training, kind of have to push yourself to either do like the run through or to like even get up and go to training. Everyone's like, oh, you must love your sport. Like you do it every day. You probably like, do you ever get sick of it? And usually I'm like, oh no, I don't. But then I realize that there are some days that it's kind of harder to go. My partner helps me a lot, honestly, to like kind of keep me motivated.
That's what I love most about a partnered discipline, because I was a pair skater. So I loved like being able to come into the rink and like you were tired on those days, like kind of finding motivation in your partner, almost having them to like work up your energy with, I think was a really great feeling. It was nice to do that day in and day out with someone next to you. Just helped the whole process overall for sure.
Having a partner and just like being able to talk to them on those harder days really make it easier to train and keep you really motivated.
What do you want the headline to be about your performance in Milan?
This program made me cry kind of headline.
Gave you all the feels.
I think usually when we skate, we like to, depending on like the style of the program, but we like to usually make the audience feel something, whether that's like a more of an upbeat program and we want them to like move and dance with us, or if it's more like something emotional and like story related, then we really want them to be like captivated by that.
I love that. I'm sure you will do that for many people. So I want to talk about your skating journey. Can you tell us when you got started and how you got started?
I started in Richmond Hill in Toronto, Ontario, in the free skate discipline, and I was maybe 4 when I started. Mom kind of pushed me to go on the ice and don't really remember much when I was really young. Throughout my free skate journey, I did that up until I was like 14 years old. Throughout that journey, I really appreciated the more artistic side and I loved performing. I liked that more than jumping. I was like not the greatest at jumping. My free skate coach was actually like, you should like pursue ice dance, like you'd be amazing. For me, I was always like, no, like I don't want to switch disciplines. Like I always thought of it as like kind of like I was giving up. And I was like, no, I don't want to switch. Like I know I can do it if I just push myself. But then I tried ice dance, a little bit of it, like the Argentine tango with a partner and like a real ice dance coach, and then I couldn't stop after that.
I think it's so important to try different disciplines. I was in a similar boat of I did single skating to start, but my parents were my coaches. So my dad was a pair skater. And my dad, I say, was like my first pair partner because he taught me a lot of pair elements when I was younger. But my mom was an ice dancer for Canada. And so I took a lot of my dance tests growing up too. So I was trying out different disciplines, and then over time, pair skating was the one that stuck. But I think it's so important to try all of it and not just like settle into just one to see kind of what you love. Because for you, you had these certain aspects of skating that you really loved. And of course, that's now transitioned you into being this incredible ice dancer that gets to represent South Korea on such a big stage. So it opens so many doors.
Honing different skills and different parts of like figure skating in general is like such an important part of like learning and growing too.
Absolutely. Did you have somebody that inspired you to switch to ice dance?
Just like my free skate coach, actually. I really looked up to her. Like she was there during my most important parts of like when I was growing up as like a young teenager and like just a big part of my childhood. So I think her kind of saying that and pushing me towards that and even helping me find like ice dance training and ice dance coaches really made me realize like maybe I should like try this discipline and see where to go from there.
I think that's what makes the best coaches too, is a coach that doesn't want to just keep you to have you, but that helps you find your way is an incredible trait in a coach. And it sounds like you have that. How did you start skating with your partner?
My mom had a connection. One of the moms at our free skate club knew Jason's mom. Jason Chan, Holly Harris's partner. At the time, Jason was looking for a partner too. The friend of Jason's mom told my mom like, oh, like you should try it with him. Like Montreal's the best school for ice dance. So I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll try and go for that. So I went and I did try it with Jason, but the age was, I was 14 at the time. He was in his 20s and I would have had to start in senior and I didn't have any experience in ice dance. The coach, Marie France, actually was like, oh, wait, we have another guy here and he's 17. He'd be perfect for you. And you could start in junior and that would be ideal. So I tried it and that was Ye. So I tried it with Ye and things pretty much clicked after that.
So you teamed up and you went on to be South Korea's first ice dance team to win an ISU Grand Prix medal on the junior circuit because you got second at Junior Worlds and you were second at the Junior Grand Prix final. So what did it mean for you to be able to do that for your country?
The most like heartwarming memory was one of the JGPs that we did in Courchevel, and then like we won. So then they like put up the flag and they played the national anthem, and that was the first time where I really felt like, wow, like I felt so much pride for representing my country, and also just like all the hard work that we put into. After at the final and at Junior Worlds, when we were able to stand on the podium as Asia's first, was another like heartwarming moment. I started to represent Korea because my parents, they support me so much and throughout my whole career, and they've put in so much work, and they've just supported me so much, and I kind of felt that this was like a way to kind of give back to them as like a little gift or a present.
You can tell how much it means for you to be able to have done that. Like I can feel it through the screen, and I'm sure so many people that are watching you can feel that as well through your skating. What would it mean to compete in Milan?
It would feel like a dream, honestly. Even to this point right now, it almost still doesn't feel real. Like I'm not there yet, right? I'm not gonna believe it until I'm actually on the flight to Milan and landing in Milan. Since I've been dreaming about this since I was a little kid, even though it wasn't the discipline that I was planning on going to the Olympics for, I still feel very proud of myself and really excited to be on the Olympic stage.
I'm excited for you. I feel like the first time you might really feel it is either opening ceremonies or when you step on the ice for the first time. For me, that's when it kind of hit that I was like, oh, whoa, like this is happening. Because you almost have so many things leading up to that moment that you're like, I just want to focus on one thing at a time. And then when you finally get there, you're able to just take it all in because you've earned it. And I hope in that moment you can just be so present in it all, because when you can take all of that in and realize all that you've done to be there, you should be so unbelievably proud of yourself. There's those little moments of quiet or peace that you'll find on that Olympic stage that I think will stay with you for forever. So I'm excited for you to feel those.
That's so sweet. And yeah, exactly like you said, like because there's so many steps that lead up to the Olympics and you have to take it one at a time. I feel like I'm not really there yet. There's still this competition and 4 continents, and it almost still feels like a long way in a sense. But I think, yeah, exactly like you said, at the opening ceremony or when I first go on for the first time, that's when it'll all like, I'll feel everything, and yeah, I'll probably get super emotional.
So you are in Milan. What other sports are you going to go to watch?
I will for sure watch like the skiing,
Mm-hmm.
and snowboarding for sure. Though in Canada, hockey is a big thing. I don't really keep up with it, so I think I want to go and watch it for the first time at the Olympics. Oh, and speed skating for sure. South Korea is a big speed skating country.
Yes, huge. I feel like for your first time watching a hockey game, watching it at the Olympics is pretty elite. Like, nothing will be able to top that for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm starting out strong.
Especially now that they have all like the NHL players back in and everything too. So
Yeah,
be huge.
that's true. Yeah.
So who in your life is there to support you and has been a huge source of support for you throughout your career?
For sure, my parents. They've been a big role in my in my even like my growth and my career. Right now, though, the most would be like my partner and my coaches. They're people that I talk to every day and that kind of see me at my most stressed and most vulnerable. So I think that's a big thing. They've helped me grow so much, and they've helped support us a lot throughout my career.
Well, speaking of your partner, can we bring Ye in for a few minutes to ask him a few questions?
Hello.
Hi. So we've been speaking to Hannah just about support systems, and she said that you are a big source of support for her.
Oh, thanks.
What does it mean to you to compete at the Olympics with Hannah?
Obviously, it's like the biggest dream ever. When you're young, you say you want to go to the Olympics without really believing it sometimes. But especially this year, now that we qualified, it was like, okay, now we're getting really close to the dream. Not there yet. But I think once we get to the ceremony, I'll be like the most excited.
That's what we were discussing, is it might feel more real when you step into that opening ceremonies or you step onto the ice for the first time. It all kind of comes full circle for you. What makes Hannah such a great pair partner?
I think the way she's always like down to try anything. She doesn't have a restricted mind, whereas, okay, I can only do this. Like I'm not even going to try something else. Every time we try a new lift, a new position, anything new, she's like, oh yeah, let's just do it. And I'm like, wait, I need to know step by step how to do it. She's like, no, but it's fine. Like, let's just try it.
We can just throw ourselves.
Yeah, just like sometimes in the we practice lifts, and she's like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, wait, Hannah, your head's upside down. Let's run the steps before. But she has like no fear, and she's just down to try anything.
Oh, I love that so much. I think that's like part of being a female partner sometimes, is you're like, okay, just put me in the lift and we'll figure it out from there.
She's very courageous for that.
Because once you start thinking of all the steps, it's like I feel like when you're upside down there, you're like, you're lost in space. So I'm like, I just need to go with the feeling.
I always have to think a bit more outside the box. Sometimes I kind of get stuck in my own ways of doing stuff. And she's like, wait, no, why don't we try it like that instead? It's like flipping everything around, but it's like, sometimes it's the best option. So it's like, it's nice to have like really a different way of thinking.
How do you support Hannah when she's had a tough day or a tough training day?
I feel like I tend to try to just give her space at first to like let her manage a bit like how she feels. And then I tend to like ask her, are you okay? Like often like she's pretty open to talk to me about stuff. So I'll try to understand what she feels and try to see, okay, like does she need more someone to listen to or someone that gives her like how to say this, like solutions. Most of the time she just needs to talk about it and she'll figure it out on her own.
And how do you celebrate with her?
We just go eat.
That's the best.
Yeah, I love sightseeing everywhere. Sometimes you find that it's walking too much, but like
Oh yeah, because I hate walking.
Do you guys have like a phrase or a handshake or a little pep talk that you have before you go compete?
Well, we do have this routine that we always hug each other before skating, get our energies together. We kind of hug for like 2-3 seconds just to get like our breathing in sync. And that was like, we didn't used to do that before, but then there was one comp I was really, really stressed. And so I just asked Hannah like, oh, Hannah, can we like hug for 2 seconds? Like I'm really stressed. And at first she was like, why do you need that? Like it's, why?
Yeah, so she was like, oh, can we hug? And I'm like, hug? And I was like, why? for no reason. And then after he was like, oh, I'm really stressed. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then now it's become like a habit since
But that's a habit, and it's like I think it makes us both feel like more together, and like what we want to portray in our performance is just like it's exactly like we want to show connection, storytelling. So I think that helps a lot.
It's interesting that you say that because that's what Timothy and I did before we competed as well.
Really?
In the chaos of competition and so many things, cameras all around you, competitors doing their own thing, it was like a moment of silence. I almost felt like there was like a bubble around us when we would hug. And you said the energy's coming together. I completely felt that as well. It's like you took that moment to just have you two before you went out and did whatever you needed to do. And I feel like it was super important to like our overall process of a competition. So I think it's beautiful that you do that as well.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ye.
Awesome. Thank you.
So you are training for your first games. What advice would you give to another female athlete that's training for an Olympic Games?
It doesn't have to be too dramatic. It doesn't need to be like, you need to like break every bone in your body to do it, or you need to like struggle and like it needs to be like a huge thing, you know, that actually makes it more difficult and like puts more stress on you. I struggled a lot with if I'm not feeling like pain, then how am I improving or how am I pushing myself to be my best? But I think it's like a big myth and something that like a lot of athletes in general kind of think about. It doesn't have to be all blood and sweat and tears just to like make it to the top.
I was told in an Olympic season that it's a marathon, not a sprint, because it does seem like so many things are happening during Olympic season, but it really is a marathon and you just take everything as it comes, one step at a time. And that's what will take you to arriving at the Olympics feeling good and feeling like you're not broken and just like knocking on the door, but actually feeling like, okay, I can really handle this and I can take all of it on.
Yeah, I think it's like all the experience accumulated will like help you get to the Olympics.
One of the major things I realized at the Olympics was so many other things were new and huge and exciting, and I was taking all of those in. But when I did step on the ice, I was like, okay, the one thing I feel like I know how to do best is skate. Like I've done that for such a large part of my life. So one thing that feels super normal and all of this new, I think that that's what was really beautiful is I was like, okay, when I step on the ice, I already know how to do this job. So when I'm out here, I'll just treat it like any other competition. But all the other things I'll really take in and realize that I'm at the Olympics. But when I'm skating, I will just skate.
That's a really good, like a good piece of advice actually, because I was always stressed about that stuff that I don't know what is coming, especially for the games. And there's been like a bunch of media and a lot of like interviews and articles and stuff like that and stuff we had to do that is separate from just skating. And I think I wasn't used to that at all. And we had a bit when we were in junior, but not as much as it is right now. So exactly like you said, I know how to skate and that is the main thing. So once I step on the ice at the games, that's what I know to do, and I can be confident in that.
So say younger Hannah is watching you now at the games. What would you tell that younger Hannah?
All the hard work that you've been doing, just keep putting in that work. Even though you will slightly veer to a different path, you'll enjoy it even more. Just always put your full heart in when you skate, and that will take you to the Olympics and be really proud of all the things that you've done.
I love that. And younger Hannah, I'm sure, is so proud of this Hannah right here. And we're so excited to cheer you on your way to making it to Milan. And thank you for sharing this time with us. And good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning into Flame Bearers Making It to Milan.
If you like what you heard, please like, follow, and subscribe to Flame Bearers on YouTube and anywhere you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay tuned as we bring you more behind-the-scenes stories of women athletes around the world training for the competition of a lifetime. See you next time on Making It to Milan.